All right, guys, I am back. Hopefully this time it will keep loading. So I apologize for those of you who are new and who are just now tuning into this video. I am Gabrielle with Mother's Herbal Instincts, or Herbally Defined, on Facebook and YouTube channel. So YouTube channel is Herbally Defined. Facebook is Mother's Herbal Instincts, or you can type Herbally Defined and it'll pull it up. And this video is for mothers who are looking to increase and maintain their milk supply. So, top foods. Here we go. Let's try to see if it's gonna. All right. Yay. Number one is clean, pure water. You want to make sure you're getting a good intake of water in your system, because without water, your body cannot produce the milk. Majority of your milk is water, okay? Your body is majority water. So it doesn't matter if you have a good diet. It doesn't matter if you just ate a whole plate of food. If you do not have sufficient amount of water in your system, your milk supply will be low. This is off of my personal experience. I've been able to nurse all of my children without eating any food, but in having tons of water in my system. I would still produce 4 to 8 ounces of milk to feed them per feeding, with no food in my system, really. So doing that the opposite, not having any water in your system, you're not going to be able to produce the amount of milk that is needed to nurse your child. So if you start seeing that your breast milk supply is dwindling and your eating habits is still the same, check to see if you're dehydrated. Check to see when's the last time you put water into your body. You want to drink while you're nursing. That's 2 tips I have down here on here is drink while you're nursing and use a straw. If you use a straw, you'll notice that you're getting more water into your system versus just filling up a glass of water and then trying to chug a glass of water down. I don't know, it's something it does to your mind where if you use a straw, it doesn't seem like you're drinking as much water as you really are. So use a straw if it's normally hard for you to consume large amounts of water. And also black water. I like black water. It's very good. And this is also a tip if you're ever having trouble with bowel movements, drinking a bottle of black water will help you remove constipation. My children drink black water. I drink black water. My husband drinks black water. And so it's very good for you. It's nutritious as well. You can find it at any local Whole Food store, and Whole Foods, Natural Grocers, or Sprouts. If you have any of those in your areas, that's where you can find your black water. We drink alkaline or distilled water as well. I try to stay away from drinking faucet water unless you are like on your own property and you have access to a creek or you have access to a well, which we had well water for about 2.5, 3 years, and we would drink the well water. But other than that, I don't recommend bottled waters from the stores. If you can get you some alkaline water in glass containers, that's going to be your best bet. Because of the minerals that are present in your alkaline water. That's why you want to drink those waters. Distilled water, I recommend distilled water because it removes a lot of waste and toxicity buildup that's in your system. What a lot of moms don't know is that even though your breast milk has so many wonderful components in it, right along with those beautiful and wonderful components that is in your breast milk can and it will carry toxins from your system to your baby's system. So it doesn't just provide the nutrients that the baby needs to thrive and to live. It also provides whatever is in your system. So if your system is full of toxins, heavy metals, parasites, if whatever it's full of, that's going to transfer from your body to your baby's body. So lead, arsenic, all of these high levels of toxic waste, all these high levels of metals that may be present in our bodies, it will transfer into your breast milk. So this is why I recommend clean, pure water, because clean, pure water will push as much as it can out of your system. So that way, when the milk is starting to be developed for the baby to eat, it doesn't travel into your milk. Now, you will have small amounts of, toxins or traces of something that's not good for your baby in your system if you aren't in an environment or in an area where all you have access to is a perfect condition, a perfect air quality, perfect, which none of us have access to perfect right now in this day and age. So we want to do the best that we can with what we have to make sure that we're giving our children the best start with our breast milk. So clean, pure water will help remove as much toxins as we possibly can on our physical standpoint, to provide a better food source for the baby. So distilled water is my go-to for removing and pushing out those heavy metals that are not supposed to be in your system. If you've ever researched distilled water, what you'll find is you'll find a lot of videos talking about how distilled water is not good for you to consume daily, or distilled water is really not good for you to consume. Decline. Those are all videos to deter you from drinking distilled water. If you knew anything about the elite, you know that there's a lot of things that they try to hide from us. But distilled water is one of the things that they hold dear to and they drink. But what's put out in the public is not for you to drink. And so I just wanted to address that. Drink distilled water. In fact, if you can't get your hands on alkaline water or black water, distilled water is the best water for you to get. Okay, because it removes the impurities from your system and it removes the bad metals that your body does not need. So your metals like aluminum, you don't need that on your system. That's what it's going to remove. Okay. So let's go to the next slide. If I can get it to go. All right. Number 2, coconut water. I love coconut water. There was a time where I did not like coconut water because of the taste. When I first tasted it, I was like, Father, how in the world can I ingest this? But now it's a required taste. But it's a natural taste. When you're so used to eating a lot of food that's not natural, when you actually taste food that's real and it's pure, it always tastes strange. But since I've been ingesting and drinking coconut water, I wonder why I didn't drink it from the beginning. But coconut water is my go-to for hydration. Hydration is crucial to your milk supply. If you're not hydrated, you will not produce milk. Like I said about water, it doesn't matter how much food you eat. It doesn't matter how healthy your meal is. If you're not hydrated, your milk supply will be very, very low or obsolete. A lot of women that I have met and I've come across will always talk about their milk drying up. And then what pops in my mind is, were you dehydrated? Because if you're dehydrated for very long periods of time, your milk will dry up. You will get to the point where you won't produce milk at all. So hydration is very, very important. So you want to make sure that even if you don't have access to, if you run out of water, get you a coconut water. Even if you have water, if you start feeling dehydrated, you start showing signs of dehydration, I recommend you drink coconut water before you pick up a bottle of water, because of the minerals that are in it. It will hydrate you faster. Hydration is not something that's obtained just by drinking water. Oh, go give me a glass of water. It's the minerals that's in the water that causes your body to stay hydrated. Okay, it's the magnesium that's in there. It's the potassium that you need. Those are the main components for hydration. It's a little bit of sodium that's in there. So if you're just drinking tap water, you're going to stay dehydrated. You're probably going to get hydrated some more. Okay, dehydrated is what I mean. So coconut water is better than Gatorade. It's better than Powerade and whatever other electrolyte drink that they have out there to hydrate you. So coconut water, you will notice immediately, as soon as you drink a bottle of coconut water and it comes time for you to feed the baby, you will notice immediately how much a benefit coconut water is. As soon as I drink coconut water, I feel the amount of milk. Is more milk produced when I'm drinking coconut water than it is when I'm just drinking plain old water. If you're nursing the baby, like on the previous slide, I said, drink while you're nursing. Open you up a bottle of coconut water and drink the coconut water while you're nursing as well. Every time you nurse, you want to drink at least 16 ounces of water. So try to drink while you're nursing. That way you're replenishing what's just been removed from you, and you're preparing for the next feeding. Okay? Let's go to the next screen. Yay! Kemet. I know a lot of people don't really know much about Kemet, but Kemet is a grain. This is what the grain looks like. How I eat the Kemet, it looks almost like oatmeal. So I have Kemet and oatmeal on here for those of you who have access to oatmeal. You can use this in place of Kemet. But the only reason that I have Kemet on here because it has a lot more vitamins and minerals in it. It's a lot more nutrient dense than the oatmeal is. But the oatmeal will still produce the same effect. You'll notice that when you eat the oatmeal, the same effect that you feel once you're drinking your water or drinking your coconut water, you'll feel the same effect with the oatmeal. You'll notice that you'll feel a lot more tingling. For those of you who are nursing and breastfeeding, you know what I mean by that tingling feeling when the milk is starting to drop. Or we also know that as the letdown. That letdown feeling will be more increased when you are consuming the Kemet or the oatmeal. For me, I eat at least 1.5 cup per day. So this is something that I eat for breakfast. And when I prepare mine, I use the ghee butter or coconut oil if possible. And the reason that I use those is because it's high in good fat. Okay, I have pictures over here showing you 2 different types of breast milk. There's a lot of confusion concerning how the breast milk looks, and most of the time what you'll find is when you see pictures like this comparing the different breast milks, what you'll hear is this is the fore milk over here, which says sugar, and then you'll hear this is the hind milk, which what I have here as fatty. But there's no such thing, okay? This is just how people have used to try to describe what the milk is or what it's not. But this is all from this is when you put these together, that's what the milk should look like, okay? But I'm giving you an example of what you don't want your milk to look like, okay? If you pump milk and all it looks like is this sugar, it looks clear where I have sugar, this is letting you know this is a lot. a lot more sugar in your milk than fat. And if you want the healthy weight gain of your baby, you want your milk to look more like the fatty milk. This milk has a lot more fat in it than the milk that is labeled sugar. Okay, if your milk is looking like this majority of the time, always like this, what you can expect is the baby's poop is kind of gonna look green, a light bright green color, and that's letting you know that they're not really receiving any nutrients from your breast milk. A lot of moms have been told this when they take their babies to their well week exams or their well checkups, where they take the baby to see how the development is going, and the doctors say, well, they're not really getting any nutrients. Well, most of the time they have no solutions to offer, except if you don't provide the nutrients from your breast milk for your baby, what we are going to recommend for you to do, which they're telling you this is what you're going to do or we're going to report you, is you're going to have to start instituting, you're going to have to start supplementing formula. But there's really no need to supplement formula if you just understand and know how to get your breast milk to have a lot more fat in it than sugar. So this is why I say I use ghee butter or coconut oil, if possible, in my Kemet, because it's going to add a lot more of that saturated fat into my milk. Okay. I also add the Kemet to my smoothies. And I can talk to you guys about the smoothies on another video if you want to see how I prepare my smoothies. If you want to see why, you want to understand why I make smoothies as well, to be a part of my daily intake as well. We can talk about that in another video. If you're interested, just comment below, or, email me at mothersherbalinstincts@gmail.com. I can give you all the information regarding that as well. But I add this to my smoothies. And if you don't know, this is what they would call a Galactic Gog. That is how you pronounce it, Galactic Gog. And all it means is it is a substance or a component that causes the production of milk. Okay, so when you are looking up things on the internet for how to increase milk, you might come across this word Galactic Gog or galactagogues, and it has this list of all these different types of food. Another word that is used interchangeably with galactagogue is lactagogue. Okay, so it's like the root word of lactate. Lactation is in the middle of that. Okay, so all it means is a component that causes milk to be produced. Okay, so Kemet and oatmeal was really good. Immediately after eating this, you will also feel your letdown be stronger than it normally is. And we are on another loading screen. I apologize, guys. I'm hoping it does not do what it did previously so that I don't have to cut this video again. We're having a nice little mini snow blizzard out here in the country where we reside, and so this may be the reason for the signal dropping and causing the errors with the PowerPoint. So forgive me. We are entering into winter, and it is a very white outside. Lots of snow. It's very beautiful. I'll take a picture and upload it so you guys can see. Okay, I went back to my previous screen. I'm going to see if it's going to let me go back forward. Let me go back forward. In Jesus' name. It's just loading. let me see. Do I know what my next screen is? Let's try something. Am I able to? Let's try something. Let's see if I'm able to go back on here to see if I can just go back to the screen. Yay, that's what I'm going to do. All right, so look here. The next one, and guys, I may just have to present like this from this screen so that way we can continue with the video. So the next important thing that I eat and I consume, everything that I'm sharing with you guys today, I consume these things daily. And this is how I'm able to upkeep with my breast milk production. Okay, this is something that I do daily. Like I mentioned in the first video when we first went live, it's a lifestyle. This is how I eat. And so this is how I'm able to continue to have a high milk supply, not only for my child, but another child who may not be able to get sufficient amount of breast milk from their mom. Okay, so this is how I'm able to continue to have a nice flow of breast milk, because these are things that I eat constantly, whether it be for breakfast, whether it be for lunch, whether it be for dinner. I'm eating these all the time. Okay, and so spinach is my favorite type of green. It can be cooked in so many different ways, okay? But I eat spinach for breakfast. If you've ever watched one of my what I eat for breakfast videos during pregnancy, I talk about the sauteed spinach. So you can eat it raw or you can eat it sauteed. And I eat it both ways. But in the morning for breakfast, I saute spinach. And this is what I consume. I always try to get in at least a cup and a half, okay? With all of these foods. I try to get a cup and a half. And I'm gonna let you know why I chose that amount to get into my system once we make it through here. So, I'm not trying to correct anything. So I eat it for breakfast. I eat a cup and a half. I also add this to my smoothies. And instead of eating lettuce for when I make my salads, my spinach replaces lettuce. I rarely eat romaine lettuce. And if I do eat romaine lettuce, it's because it's in a salad mix that, someone else had prepared. But for here at our household, I prepare our salads with spinach. Okay. Spinach replaces our lettuce. And the reasons why is because of the nutrient content. I have down here, you got vitamins K, A, C, and pretty much all your B complex, your B vitamins. So I just put it's a B complex. It's also high in protein. This is a plant source that is really good and high in protein. So I don't eat a lot of meat. And so the foods that I do consume, I like to make sure that they are still high in the same nutrients that I would get from meat. It's very high in minerals. These are all good things that you need for healthy breast milk. Okay, this is also a Galactic Gog. Okay. Kale. I absolutely enjoy eating kale. This is a bitter, I call it a herb, but this is a bitter vegetable that I enjoy. For those of you who do not like kale, you want to get in a habit of liking kale, liking any bitter herb, anything bitter, because the bitter it is, the better it is for your stomach. That is also good for your breast milk. Remember how our digestive system operates. 9 times out of 10, that's how your baby's digestive system is going to operate. And if you have digestive issues, your baby's going to have digestive issues. If you're constipated all the time, your baby's going to be constipated all the time. And this is why I recommend kale and any other herb that is bitter or very pungent, because what it does is it helps your digestive system. It's going to help your GI tract flow properly. Okay. I eat at least a half a cup of kale daily. And there's many ways that you can eat kale. If I don't have spinach for breakfast, I run out, I'll saute me some kale for breakfast as well. But I also add the kale to my smoothies. I also make kale chips. The children, they actually like it. We have tons of kale. You can actually grow this throughout the winter. We're growing batches of kale throughout the winter. We're also growing winter spinach and winter lettuces. So these are greens you want to get in your system. It's very good for your breast milk. Okay. You want to make sure that the kale that you do get, if you're not growing it, is clean and fresh. You want it natural. If you can get your hands on natural organic produce, if you can get in contact with a farmer in your local area that you know produces good quality kale, they don't use herbicides or pesticides or things like that, get in contact with them, because the key to all of the consumption is you want to make sure that it's a clean, pure source. Okay, because you still, like I said before, whatever toxins is in your system, it transfers over into your breast milk. And that's something that we don't hear. Doctors don't relay that type of information to us. And it could be because they don't understand and they don't know, and because they haven't studied the components of breast milk in a way where a lot of moms have, where they've taken samples of their breast milk to see which I'm actually doing. And I encourage everybody, doesn't have to do it, but I'm just so amazed at my creator and how he's designed our bodies that I like to go and to look into things to see just how magnificent and wonderfully made we are. And so breast milk, just looking at the components of the breast milk, you can see that if you have toxins in your system, if you have a high dose of lead, or you have a high dose of arsenic or mercury in your body, you can find traces of this in your breast milk. And so this is why you want to make sure that your produce is as clean as possible. And if you can grow it yourself, that's the best thing you can do for you and your home. Okay? Kale helps manage blood sugar. Very vital. Very, 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 very vital. Especially if you're pregnant. It is very vital that your blood sugar stay in the proper parameters that it needs to be, so that the baby can properly develop in your womb and go for the length amount of time that it needs to be in your womb. Okay, so eating kale, eating spinach, eating healthy green leafy foods will help regulate your blood sugar. Okay, it's also high in your omega-3s, your vitamins K, C, and A. Kale is one of the top greens that is high in vitamin K. Okay, I make sure that I eat kale, a lot of kale for the latter part of my pregnancy, and then the first week I try to consume as much kale as possible, because I know that I normally birth sons. I have a lot of sons, and so it's very important for me to have vitamin K in my system, because only small amounts of vitamin K actually pass in your breast milk. So you want to make sure that vitamin K is pretty much built up in your system, especially if you are desiring to have sons, and you're desiring for your sons to be circumcised, whether it be in the hospital or by, I don't know, a rabbi or whomever you're going to have circumcise your son. If you have a high dose of vitamin K in your system, it's going to be better off for your son if you're refusing a vitamin K shot. A lot of people are refusing the vitamin K shot, especially because it's synthetic. But mamas, it's very important that last trimester you get a lot of vitamin K in your system. Eat a lot of kale. There's no other vegetable that has more vitamin K in it but kale. I've heard of moringa, but guess what? I believe that moringa is a hybrid plant. It's like a cross between it's not a natural. It's what do you call that? You just like, it's like spliced. It's like they merged two plants together, and that's how you got moringa. So I'm looking into that. I could be very wrong, but that's why I said I'm looking into it. But besides that, kale is number one for vitamin K. Okay. It is a Galactic Gog. All right, let's go to the next screen. Almonds and walnuts. Let me just tell you, I love walnuts. I'm not a great fan of almonds, but almonds are needed, especially for your breast milk production. They also help with weight loss. I know a lot of moms are concerned about losing weight right after having the baby. And one of the ways is to nurse your child. But at the same time, you want to make sure that you're putting certain foods in your body so that way while you're losing weight, you're not losing your milk supply. And almonds is a food that you can consume that will actually aid in weight loss. It aids with your metabolism stabilizing. So eat walnuts, eat almonds. These are foods that also help with your weight loss. Okay. Almonds and walnuts both are high in protein and they lower blood sugar. They're healthy fats. You want fatty milk. If you remember what the screen looked like previously with the 2 breast milks that I had pictured on there, you want it to look like the really milky type substance and not a watered down milk substance. Eating these walnuts and almonds, this will help with that as well. You need those fats. These are also Galactic Gogs, and I add these to my smoothies. I actually add them to everything that I eat. Our trail mixes that's for the house is made up of mainly almonds and walnuts. They're high in copper. If many of you don't know the benefits of copper, I encourage you guys to go look it up. What's the benefits of copper on your system? Major benefits. Major benefits. Copper is what gives us the skin tone of our skin. It gives us that melanin, what you call melanin. Copper, it plays a major part in that, in the pigmentation of your skin. But copper is very vital for the human body. And I encourage you guys to go look it up. Go look it up. This has high amounts of copper in it, okay? Non-GMO is key. Try not to get anything that is genetically engineered or genetically modified, okay? It's better not to do that because when you're eating the GMO foods or the genetically engineered foods, what's happening is when you're ingesting it, it can restructure and reframe your DNA. It reframes the structure of the genome, okay? So you don't really want to ingest these foods, even though they're pushing this. Do not put that in your body. I know a lot of us grew up on eating a lot of genetically modified foods, but this is why our bodies are starting to malfunction now, because we were eating incomplete food. A genetically modified food is an incomplete nutrient source. Okay? And what happens when you got nothing but incomplete nutrient sources going in your system? You're going to have incomplete structurings in your body, incomplete structurings of your baby's body. I believe this is why a lot of children are born with a lot of deformities or abnormalities or illnesses and sicknesses because of what we have been ingesting, and they haven't been able to properly form because a lot of incomplete foods that have been put into our system was used to develop a whole nother being. So I can go on and on about that, but yes, almonds and walnuts, good fats, and they're tasty. I add them to everything. So let's go to the next. Nutritional yeast. This is so yummy. I put this in everything. Literally everything. This is not just good for breast milk, but this is one of the best things for your breast milk. I eat this with lunch, dinner, and breakfast. Okay. The reason why is because it is full of B vitamins. You need your B vitamins. Okay. This is probably the only supplement that I've come across, this natural supplement that you could just add to anything that's not a pill that you have to swallow, that is full of B vitamins, the highest amount of B vitamins that I've come across. And it's simple. You just sprinkle it. It's just flakes that you could just sprinkle on your food. I eat at least 2 tablespoons. I add it to my smoothies. I add it to my oatmeal. I add it to my salads. I add it to my chili. Whatever. I add it to everything. And this is a Galactic Gog. Okay. It is full of minerals. B vitamins are very important because B vitamins is what's needed for powering the powerhouse of your cell. This helps you on a cellular level. Okay. The B vitamins is what the mitochondria need to be able to sustain the activity of every job that each cell has to perform. Okay, so this nutritional yeast, if you're not ingesting it and you're not taking it now, I encourage you to add this to your daily regimen. I have everyone in the household eating nutritional yeast as well. I put it in everything, our breads, everything. Whatever we eat, it's in there. You may not be able to taste it, but it's in there. Okay? I encourage you guys to go look these things up. Go look up the benefits of nutritional yeast. Look up the benefits of walnuts. Look up the benefits of almonds, kale, spinach. Go look these benefits up so that you can see how much it does for your body and what it will do for your baby's body. All right. Next thing, superfood. I know it doesn't look very appetizing, but drinking superfood is by far the best decision that I could have made for me because I don't eat fruit. I know everybody's like, why doesn't she eat fruit? Because I don't like the taste of it. I don't know. It's like too fruity. I don't know. But my superfood has all of the fruit, all of the nutrients that I'm going to need from my fruit. So I eat the superfood, and this helps with your breast milk production as well. Okay. Anything that is high in nutrients is going to help with your breast milk. It's going to be a Galactic Gog. Okay. This is nutrient rich antioxidants that is provided in your superfood. You want to make sure that it's a raw source. I think it's called, what is the name of I don't have mine sitting right here with me, but there's 2 companies that, I have used before. And like I said, I'm working on my own superfoods. That way I can remove the wheatgrass and things, because most superfoods have wheatgrass in there, but there's really no benefit for us consuming wheatgrass. But Amazing Grass, and the other one I believe is called Garden of Eden or Garden of Life. And it's a raw foods superfood. And so you want to consume the superfood as well. Anytime that I'm low on eating and I don't get a chance to really consume food, or I'm fasting, or I just miss a meal, if I grab a glass of water and I mix up me some superfood and I consume that, when it comes time for me to nurse my child, I have about the same amount of letdown that I do when I have a full course meal. So superfood is definitely beneficial to your breast milk supply. It's high in chlorophyll. If you have breathing issues or you have low energy, chlorophyll will help you in that area. It helps with the production of your red blood cells, and that is vital as well. So go look these things up. Go look and see what all chlorophyll can do for your body and your baby's body. Okay. All right. Next screen is the omegas. You have omega-3, you have omega-6, and you have omega-9. You need all of these. Okay. One form of getting your omega-3s in is cod liver oil. I take cod liver oil daily when I remember. And I try to do it immediately right before I eat breakfast. Okay. Because if I don't do it before I eat breakfast, 9 times out of 10, the day is going to pass by and I'm going to forget. So cod liver oil is a good source of getting your omegas in. Okay. These are good fats that you need. It's a crucial part of the human cell membrane. Okay. So it's very important, very vital for you to get these omegas in your system, especially during pretty much during your whole pregnancy. You want to make sure that you're getting this in your system because this is helping with the brain development of your baby. It's helping with the cell function, cell formation. It's helping with so much. And you really don't want to be without it. So when you're looking for omegas to get, you want to look at the source. For those of you who eat clean, who live off of a kosher-based diet or a halal diet, you want to make sure that you're looking to see what source that the omegas are derived from. Cod is a clean fish, so you can definitely get it from cod. Okay. That is my source. I also have other sources. If you guys are interested, like I said, if you're interested in anything that I'm stating in this video and you have questions, you have concerns on where to access certain things or how to get them, please feel free to email me, or you can message below, or you can leave a comment. Just ask, you can ask your questions below and I will get to them. Okay, so the omegas are very important. They're very vital to the health of you and your baby. Okay, so I think this is my last screen, and these are just some encouraging tips that I had on here. These are just physical things that you can do outside of food to help with your breast milk production. Breast massage oil. I have a breast massage oil that I formulated and I use, especially when I run out of everything else, or I've left the house and I don't have access to all of my foods with me. I have my diaper bag packed with breast massage oil. Okay. And I just rub the oil over where the mammary glands are. I rub the oil on each breast, and where the mammary area is. Now, I don't put the oil near where the baby will be eating. I only put it, in like the main areas, right up under where your armpit is, and right down, down that area and around. So breast massage oil is a good tip. You want to make sure that you stay relaxed when you are nursing your baby, or that it's going to be coming time to nurse your baby. Don't get rushed. Don't feel anxious. Rebuke that spirit of anxiety and receive relaxation and speak to your body. When you relax and you command your body, I command my breast right now to produce and create this sufficient amount of milk to satisfy the stomach of my baby. Speak to your body. It's your body. You tell it what to do. It will listen. Trust me, it will listen. Okay? On-demand feeding is crucial. A lot of reasons mom's milk starts dwindling down is because of the on-demand feeding is not there. When baby is hungry, try to get in the habit of going ahead, stopping, pausing what you're doing, and go ahead and let them latch and nurse. Nothing's more important than nursing your baby. Okay. You're the only one who can give the baby something to eat. So, when my baby starts crying, I try to drop what I'm doing and I'll go grab him and I'll immediately nurse him. I will not give him a pacifier. That is another thing that causes mom's breast milk supply to drop. Do not get caught in the habit of giving your baby the pacifier every time he or she cries. Okay? They're crying because they're hungry, because they need you. So you have to figure out what it is that they need and go ahead and nurse them. This is what's going to allow you to keep continuing to produce milk. On-demand feeding lets the body know whether or not you need more milk or you need less milk. So if you're not feeding immediately when the baby is hungry, your body is going to start making less milk because it figures, oh, I'm making too much milk already. And so what happens is when your milk starts to dwindle, you'll start seeing a lot of cluster feedings between the baby. That happens when your milk supply drops, and it also happens when the baby is going through a growth spurt. You want it to be that the baby's going through a growth spurt instead of your milk supply is dropping. So on-demand feeding is crucial to the stabilization of your milk. Okay, another thing is eat when baby eats. I try to grab me something to snack on when I know I'm about to feed my baby, and I'll grab something to drink, a coconut water, or I'll grab my alkaline water. And I sit down and I'm snacking while he's eating. Stay hydrated. Number one thing, stay hydrated. If you're not hydrated, your milk will dry up faster. Okay? It will dry up when you don't want it to. So please stay hydrated. I have over here a way to contact me. What I did forget is to put my email on there. So I'm just going to tell you again, it is mothersherbalinstinct@gmail.com. Okay? Or you can click on any of these links, and my email address is listed on all of these pages. Okay? So I think I said earlier on, the spinach slide. I said I will address how and why. I have these foods on here, or how and why I consume them. I believe that's what I said. But I make this a lifestyle. And this is a lifestyle because I'm able to because I want to be able to have milk when milk is needed. Okay, so make this a lifestyle and not something that you just need to do so that your baby eats when he first comes out or when he's first born. Because I've made all of these that you see, because I've made all of these a part of my lifestyle, I always have milk. I always have milk for my baby and for somebody else's baby who may need it. I've nursed other people's babies when the moms were not able to nurse. I always had my milk stash is gone now because my son is a good eater, but I would have a milk stash up for those first couple of months just in case I got sick, or just in case I needed to leave the house to grab something. There was milk always at the house for somebody to be able to use, or for me to be able to warm up quickly, to be able to, nurse them while I'm driving. My sons or my daughter, somebody would be there to be able to give them some milk. It wasn't something that was hard to come by. It's because it's a lifestyle. These are things that I eat all the time. So you guys want to make this a lifestyle. Make it a lifestyle. I think that is pretty much it. Clean, pure water, coconut water, Kemet or oatmeal, spinach, kale, almonds, walnuts, nutritional yeast, superfood, and omegas. Well, I pray that this was beneficial to you guys, and if you know any moms that can definitely benefit from this video, please share this with them. And I hope to see you guys soon. Bless y'all. And there goes my baby.